Good afternoon, Hattiesburg. Thanks for joining us for this COVID-19 briefing for Wednesday, September the 8th. Today's numbers, these are system-wide numbers for both Forest General and Merit Health Wesley. Today in the hospital, between our two hospitals, we have 120 people who are positive for COVID. Of those 120, 44 are in the ICU, and of those 44, 31 are on ventilators. Just to you can kind of see, even though that number has come down from that peak of 180, back in mid-August, we're still above the peak that we saw post-Christmas and post-New Year's. And what you often see is when we have really high case counts, typically a week to 10 days, 2 weeks after that, you'll start to see that translate into hospitalizations. As those numbers have come down, especially on that inside 14-day number, you're starting to see the hospitalizations come down as well. However, this season of COVID brought us more ICU patients than we've ever had. The takeaway here is the need for people to realize that if you get diagnosed with COVID, immediately reach out about monoclonal antibody treatments because those have a 70% efficacy in reducing serious illness and hospitalization. So just about those hospitalized today, of the 120 hospitalized, only 10 were fully vaccinated. Of the 44 in the ICU, only 3 were fully vaccinated. And of the 31 on ventilators, only 3 were fully vaccinated. Since we gave our last briefing on Friday, Forest County has 10 new deaths accounted for COVID. Lamar County had an additional 7 since last Friday, so bringing totals to 219 deaths in Forest County and 118 COVID-related deaths in Lamar County. New cases today, Forest County saw 39, Lamar County saw 22. And inside 14 days, that's the number of people who have tested positive in the last 2 weeks. It gives you kind of an idea of how many active cases we could have. In Forest County, that number now stands at 940. Lamar County stands at 569 for a total of 1,509 for the metro area. The inside 14-day number compared to a week ago shows some good signs here. So Forest County is down almost 800 for that inside 14-day number in the last, compared to a week ago. Lamar County is down about over 500. And then metro area total down 1,300 in the last 14 days, just compared to a week ago. And so that's a positive sign. Again, 1,509 is the number of people who have received their positive test result in the last 2 weeks. Now, we know that you had Labor Day, and clinics weren't open that day for testing. But what we have seen in talking this morning in our weekly conference call with our health department and Hattiesburg Clinic, they have seen a decrease in the demand for testing, and that's a good sign as well. Hospitalizations up a few from last week. ICU is holding at 44. So here's a vaccination update. Forest County right now up to 33% fully vaccinated, with an additional 6% who have received 1 dose. Lamar County doing much better. 48% are fully vaccinated, with an additional 8% having received 1 dose. So a couple of vaccination opportunities for you that I want to let you know about. Pearl River Community College at their Forest County campus on 49. At their multipurpose room tomorrow from 1 to 3, we'll have all 3 vaccines available, but you can go by PRCC's Forest County campus and get your vaccine there. On Friday, Carol Williams Realty will have a vaccine clinic at their office from 10 to 2, and they have not only the vaccine but also the booster if you're taking Pfizer, and they're located at 9 Plaza Drive on 98, just off 98. That'll be Friday from 10 to 2. And then, of course, on Saturday, we have the second dose of the vaccines that were given at Mount Olive Baptist Church a few weeks ago. That's from 1 to 3. They will also have, if you didn't go get your first dose, then you can still get a J&J 1-dose shot if you'd like to go ahead and get that as well. But that'll be 1 to 3 at Mount Olive Baptist Church this Saturday. And finally, our act of courage. Every year since 9/11, we have held a ceremony, and that this year will be no different, particularly as we mark 20 years since that day. And to commemorate September 11th, we will actually be hearing from one of our own firemen, Alex Redondo, who was a high school student in New York at the time of 9/11. And so he'll be talking about that experience and kind of how that led him into public service. And so that ceremony will actually be this Saturday, September 11th. We start at 8:40 to commemorate the time when the first plane hit the First World Trade Center. That'll be at Fire Station number 1 at the corner of North Main and Jackson. So we hope to see you Saturday, 8:40 a.m. To commemorate 20 years since 9/11. As we continue in the week, remember to wash your hands, take care of yourself, wear a mask if you're around others, get your vaccine. Most of all, be kind. Have a great rest of the evening.